All right. I'll let everybody get in, and then Kathy Berg. And we'll decide what we're working on today. Hi, Galena. Hi, Shauna. Shauna, your picture was gorgeous. I know it's not what you wanted or thought you were going to make, but it was really pretty. Hi, Julie. Hi, Kat. I'll let everybody get in. Kathy Berg sent me Happy Mail, sent me a bunch. It was in a box. I've not seen a box like this. It was in one of these big triangular tube boxes full of paper and the soap that she sent everybody. Yeah, maybe less of the blue and the green on the outside and more towards the middle. Well, not just the middle, but it had a glow, Shauna. You had that yellow, that gorgeous that we love, the Quinn, nickel Quinn, and then that burnt rust with that green and those blues. It was so pretty. So she sent me one of the little notebooks. It has llamas on it with some little paper in it already. And I think what I'm going to use it is for, I'm always trying to remember where I put fib addresses or looking them up. Ooh, that's not good, guys. Just a second. I got it. My glue brushes are dry. And we're going to, there we go. I had to add some water to that. I'm just not sure where they're at. They're in my phone. They're somewhere on a box in the room. So I'm thinking about using it this way and doing fib and then maybe doing like little tabs or something. Because they could easily be rearranged. And then it could just stick somewhere. Yeah, the colors were really pretty, Shauna. So she sent me lots of papers and some napkins. First of all, she sent me some like mulberry paper, rice paper, different deli tissues, that brown, so just different things that she's been getting and playing with. And then she sent me large sheets of the medical tissue and some newsprint. So let me move. We're not going to watercolor. Well, we are going to watercolor today eventually, but I'm going to move that right now. I'll have to go get water at that point. She sent me a ton of napkins. Love, love, love this one with the elephant on it. I think that is so cute. And I actually like this one with it. That's a good one. Oh, no, that one with it is perfect combo. A snowflake and beige. A bee. Yeah, I think you got some of the same ones, Shauna. I like this this just kind of a neutral. Cherries, starfish, a shell, floral, a small crab, and I've got a big crab, another ocean. I have this one. This is the one Shauna used in that tag. Grapes, which is kind of cool. I like these labels too. I like these two together. Sometimes when I see ones that I really like that need to go together, I store them that way. A stripe, a black and white, coffee beans. This reminds me of Colleen and her Easter bunnies. Leaves, moustache, Valentine, sunflower, candy, more moustaches. Oh, I like that one. I like that color combination. Penguins. It just has stars and says Mary. Bright, sherbety kind of colors. A bandana. Okay, I also like this one. Almost, but not quite. That one's going to need to be. I like that color combination. Little bird. Floral. I think that these three could go together. Because you have a larger and a smaller and then a focal point. Okay, more coffee beans, a bright pink, a pale topiary. Hi, Eileen. Hi, Judy. A map. This one's cute. This reminds me of Colleen, too. Game boards. Flowers that look like a dahlia or something. Valentine's again. All right. Add those to the stash. I like this one too. A ladybug, nautical, eggs and stuff. This is pretty. This it's like confetti. That might go with that. This looks like I like this a lot. It looks like a napkin, like a linen. I like the plaid. Coffee. Another. Kathy must like yellow and gray. That might work together. Okay, wait a minute. The birch. I'll leave the birch over there. Yeah, wonderful. Pumpkin leaves, Day of the Dead, a rooster, coffee, a flag, dragonfly, more like a nautical beach scene, coffee, a plaid. I have this one. Okay. I really like that one too. I'm going to leave that one out. Okay, so I've picked out a few napkins from the stash. Ouch. And these are papers, and most of them feel like they're printed on like deli or medical. Mostly they're lightweight. I do have some big ones too. I'll show you the big ones first. These are the dilution sprays that she was playing around with. This one's super pretty, and I may use this one as a background today. This one's a little more dull, still pretty. And I'm pretty sure these are the distress sprays. But I think I love the staining and some of this. So I may use this somehow as the whole background. But let's look and decide. I haven't looked through all these. This is I think this is the medical paper. It's a jelly print. It's really pretty. And it's kind of got some sparkle to it. So there's something iridescent in there. This is newsprint. So this might have been an under paper. It's a black and white, which I like. And then this one is also like the medical paper and is a jelly print, but it's very faint. And again, there's some metallic paints in there. So I'll put those away to use on another project. All right, so these are these are like maybe a little smaller than 12 by 12. So, and then there's this paper, which is just small samples of what I think of as like a mulberry tissue. And some of them have little metallic strings in them. And it's a sample pack from the Daiso store. And I'm going to leave that out because I might use a piece of those. Okay, I'm narrowing down. What I might use. I'm leaning what I'm leaning towards. Yeah, I like the black and white too. And that might become a background for something put on top of it as is. So a lot of these are metallic. This is a jelly print, and it looks like it's just several layers of different stencils. Looks like just lines painted. It's pretty. Okay, I'm keeping that one out because I'm leaning towards using this and this in something today. And I'm going to put those away. Okay, that's a brighter pink and yellow, and I'm going to keep that out. Soft beginning of purple and green. Pinks and a blue. Just some, it looks like it might have been paper underneath something. It looks like it's magicals. Like bleed through. All right. Yellow and orange, which I don't tend to use. I don't tend to print. I'll use it. So these will be good to add to my collection. Okay. This turquoise has a real subtle pattern in the background. It's gorgeous shimmer. Not going to, well, I might use it as a pop. And then this is white and turquoise. So I'm going to leave that out. Pinks and teal. That's pretty. Greens and teal. Kind of a teal with a mulberry, a purpley color. Gorgeous gold and some blue. Blue and like some silver on there. This one's real pretty too. Purples and pinks. Blacks and kind of some greens in there. Another one with just some lines. More lines, just different colors. Kind of a poppy color with a stencil or stamp. More lines or brush marks. Okay, these are heavier papers. That have been jelly printed. And this looks like Magicals. That other paper might have been soaking up some of that Magicals. So that's the papers. Okay. So let me get a piece of let's get a couple pieces of paper and we'll kind of these were from Kathy Burr. Wonderful papers. Okay, so I know I want to use this. And I want this spill part. So I am going to, I'm just going to trim. This has a real unusual, it's the distressed oxide sprays. And it feels not leathery, chalky. Okay. Let me save that other part. Let me back the camera out. You can see better what I'm doing. So I'm going to start with putting this paper down to start with. Because I know that this has to be a background. And I'm just putting the glue at the top. And I'm going to fold this, kind of roll it up. And I don't care if there are wrinkles. hopefully I think I'm oh, I did tear it just a little bit right there. Try not to rub as much as maybe pat. Okay, so I don't know what happens if I put a coat on top. I think if I work in a crisscross motion and let it sit heavy and move fast, I can lock that down. It's very, I mean, I've got a thick layer. So I'm going to let that sit to the side and dry. And let's play with these papers. Okay, that's going to be my pop. That's going to be my accent. I think that's going to be my base. And maybe some pieces. Let's pull the napkin apart. Does not want to release right now. And this is the piece I want right here. Let me do something real quick. This is what I want right in here. This can wait. I want this to be my accent piece. Or my focal point. Or one of. I actually think I'll probably put a girl on it. Which I haven't done in a long while. Trying to get back to some of my roots. Hi, Vicky. Yeah, I I think it's going to be a good striking combo. I don't know if you saw, Shauna, what I said. I had the napkin, you know, the big flowers. You have 2 of them from Kathy Arbor that is like lime green and an orange poppy. She sent me that, and I did 2 pieces with like sewing paper and I guess they were kind of 1960s girls, and they sold right away. Those poppies drew a lot of attention. So those are great napkins. They're great at an art show because they draw the eye with that pop of orange and the lime. And like I said, I put it on sewing pattern paper so that it would pop against a neutral. But they would draw people into the tent. Poppies do well, though. I've sold abstract work with poppies also. It's a favorite amongst the flowers, and it's a bright color, so it draws your eye. I signed up today for the Wine and Art Festival. So we'll see how that goes. The 27th of this month. But I didn't sign up for Art Goggle yet. But it's not right away, so I'm not worried about getting signed up for it. Okay. I'm trying to get this to release and not tear. Almost. This is going to be the hard part because the edges sometimes that are perforated, that little pattern type, sometimes stick bad. Okay, and I'm going to keep this white part because I may need it. I won't explain why later. So let's see. All right, I'm going to search for something real quick. Okay, there's what I'm looking for. Yes, I found her. She may be too small though. Not if I turn it this way. All right, I'm going to double check one other place. All right, I don't have a bigger, so I'll turn it sideways. I'm going to work this way. And by the time you get it in the mat, it really won't matter. So I want to sort of dry fit. And actually, if it's not in a mat, that won't matter either because it's going to get covered. Okay. No, Art Goggle's not on the 7th. Art Goggle is in October of next year. And I don't remember if it's on the, I believe it's on the 19th next year. Yes. Art Goggle is October the 19th. It's a one-day show. It lasts from 10. Ooh, this is more paper than I thought. Okay. And It is this October, October 2019, on the 19th. The show I signed up for today is April 27th. It is the Midlothian. That is next year. Well, no, I guess not next year. It's October 19th, this October coming up. Yeah, I said next. Because to me, that's in the fall. It's, you know why I think that way? It's next school year. See, you have to remember, I think in terms of school years. My year is about to end. It's because of school. Yeah, when I say I have 5 years to retire, I don't mean 5 calendar years. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. I just need to decide if I want to put it in a mat. But I actually don't think I do. I think I'll just sell it as it is and let them mat it. The only other thought was to do this. And this will show up. But I don't think I like it that way. And this will go right in here. All right, so are we good with that composition? And then there might be a quote or a statement needed, possibly, somewhere. But I'm going to start with just that. Yes, the figure's not done. That's just my pattern. I'll show you what well, here, I'll just start doing it. I need some white paper. Her hand is missing. But I can make that up. She was probably with another girl on the pattern. So I'm just cutting her out in white paper. I have this little scissors. Hi, CB. So it was the glue. Maybe the ratio was a little different, Shauna? All right, her shoe is cut off just a little bit too of her foot. second. I gotta focus here for a minute. Okay. So let me sort of sketch in what I think her hand would be doing. Oh. Way too long, Debbie. I'm trying to decide if it's all right. So I'm just gonna and I'll just put I may put a person there. I'll decide. I might put a flower or something in her hand. If I don't like it. Okay. Almost have her cut. Okay. So this should be there. I'm going to save my little pattern piece. Okay. Let's take that off, that off. by gluing down that first big piece of paper. Okay, and then we're doing this turquoise piece. Now, I will say some of this is a little tougher to collage with because it's got a waxy consistency. It is easy to tear, and it is lightweight. And I'm short just a little bit of paper over here, so I will have to take care of that here in a minute. And I'll trim this better later. Just getting some torn edge. There we go. Okay, now remember the white background from the napkin? I am going to put that on the paper. And it's 2 layers, I don't care. I'm going to come back and do a little adjustment to my girl here real quick. I'm cutting her hand free from her dress. And I'll explain the reason why in just a minute. All right, so her hand's free. Now, what I want to do is let that sort of dry up for a minute. So let's kind of move that out of the way. And I'm going to get my 6x9, or no, 6x6 paper stash and find what we want to use for her dress. And I'm leaning toward yellow. I want to quickly go through the pads that might offer me a yellow option. Okay, there is a gray and yellow, but I don't think it's bright enough. Here is a yellow and turquoise zigzag, which I like better than this. Okay. There's a good yellow. It's got a real subtle print on it. I'm just flipping through these quickly so I can pick a print. Here's a yellow that's a floral and kind of a woven. Okay, I'm leaning towards these two over this now. Okay. I think the brighter yellow is a better match. Well, maybe not. I think that one's actually a better match. Are you talking about your party dot? And hi, by the way. Hi, Deb. Welcome to anybody who came in that I didn't catch. Kimberly. Joycey. All right, so what I'm going to do is I just want her dress. So I'm just going to use the smallest piece of paper I need. Save that for another day. And I don't care that I'm cannibalizing my pattern. I do save that usually as a reference when I go to paint. Her little legs over there. Her little hand. Okay, so what I will do is go ahead and put her. Let's switch to a smaller brush real quick. I'm going to put her on the piece. Just the white. Right, I'm going to keep that hand up for right now. And then what I want to do is take that dress and put the dress on. And glue the hand down. And I need to make sure she is covered in gel medium. And she's going to have wrinkles just because the background. That's the one thing I don't like about the... Okay, now I'm going to add some gel medium here. Quickly. I think this is folded over on itself or under. So I'll just need to fix that in a minute. Okay. Let's dry that. How cool, Dot. I'm going to work in this area, so that's what I'm focusing on right now. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take white paint that is opaque. I like DecoArt's Tradition opaque white. It is the best. In my opinion. And I am going to go over the napkin that I put down in white. And I'm just leaving a fairly heavy coat of that. I need it to stay white. And I have to kind of lean in here and look to see where I'm going with it, because it does want to disappear on you. Okay, I know up here it's going that it folded on itself. So I'm going to go above. I get some more paint. That little area is hard too, right up here. I think I got most of it. Okay, right here where it folded on itself a little bit heavier. All right, I think that's pretty good. All right. Chat, chat. Hate when it doesn't roll down. All right, so let's try that real quick. All right, and I have an area that is not adhered. A bubble. It's why I don't really like deli paper. I'm going to poke some holes, not on her, but on the paper. And I'm going to float some glue in there in a minute. And she does have some wrinkles. Try not to touch it with my glue hands. Okay, and I'm gonna go in with glue, kind of wet, and just try to force some glue in where those holes are. And it may not settle down today. It may be tomorrow. I want to make sure she has a good coat of gel medium. Okay, and I'm also going to come over here and put gel medium where we had our white paint. And I'm putting a very liberal coat. Try not to spread the paint in case there's a damp paint spot. Okay. Now I'm going to very carefully take my flower and attempt to lay it down. Now, the reason why I went to that trouble was so that the flower would reflect the white underneath. The napkin is so thin, if I had not done that, it would have disappeared into the background. And that way, you can actually see the floral. Let me trim this real quick. And I'm going to very carefully take some wet and layer a top layer over it. You don't want to pull. Get this again. I'm wondering. Some pressure with a card. I'm trying not to get on the flower or the girl. And there was something pink that moved, but I don't really care. That laid that down a little better. Okay, we're done with the glue. Hi, Mark. All right. Well, let's let that dry for a few minutes. We'll put it with the heat gun here in a minute. I'm just sort of cleaning up real quick, and I'm going to grab the color I need. There's this cinnamon. Okay. I'll start with that. Hi, Kathy. We're using papers that you sent me and a napkin. All right, I'm going to turn the heat gun on real quick. All right, I think that's going to take a few minutes just to, before I can come anywhere near it with a pen. So let's do this. Let's switch this out for our piece with the distressed oxide. And let's trim. That's mostly dry. I'm going to trim this because this won't have to be matted either, to be honest. It's going to be and that adhered pretty good, and those aren't moving now. My thought is that maybe a bunny goes on there, or maybe not. My thought was to put a bunny on there. opinion? Bunny, no bunny, something else? I mean, it is pretty. It needs more. Yeah, we can do a bunny. Okay. But I'm thinking the bunny needs to be, what kind of theme do we want to do for the bunny? We're going to dress the bunny really fast. I'm kind of leaning towards like almost hippie like. Since she's already not on the paper, we can give her like a headband or a hat or something fun before we lay her down. All right, so I'm going to add this paper. So that works good. All right, and then I'm going to take this. I like how it looks like almost like a jacket. So let's glue that down, and I'm going to cut this so I can use the other piece for the other side, I think. If we just tear it. Trim that. Because there's that bright yellowy color at the top. So let's set her back here. Now her ears need to be like the blue-green. A geisha bunny with a kimono. I don't know about hair dangling. Could maybe do a piercing or something dangling. But we could do like a geisha type, possibly. Something Japanese in a background. I could try to find some background that was. Right, let's dig through Kathy's. I'm gonna dig and see. There's a paper. This paper. Let's do the ears out of that because it's got the blue and the green. And it's a small enough print. Okay, and I don't think I'm going to do the other part of the ear with paper today. I think I'm just going to do the ears. Because these are really waxy papers and they're going to be hard to go over. They're easy to tear and they're thin. In fact, I think I'm going to have to give it a clear ground. And for those of you watching on YouTube, the recording, this is how I work. Often, more than one project at a time, and go back and forth. Okay. That was close. Okay. Trim this a little bit. This piece is not cooperating. Okay. Okay. Now let's find something that kind of ties it together. Thinking a piece of this. Hi, Kathy. Welcome back. Okay. Oh, that one fit perfect. Okay. And now I know there's nothing from Kathy that fits the nose. So let's just do some printed paper. Something is on my scissors. That works. Okay, we need to get some of this pink up here. Hi, Lori. Hi, Lisa. All right, I think I need to find that paper. There we go. I need to arc it. So let me use this. Okay. I think that works. Let's put that on there. All right, and I'm going to leave the tail on one side for right now. So I'm going to take another piece of it and make like a knot. It's not as bright, but I'm thinking like maybe it needs the other paper. Maybe I just didn't pick the right. Yeah, I'm thinking like that. Oh, yeah. Y'all see more things in scraps and okay, let's put her on the paper. Put a generous amount of glue. And I'm going to glue her on. I know I need to add color to her, but it's not going to be a watercolor bunny today. Oh, we got yellow somewhere. We got a painter still, so something bled that I touched with the glue. Okay, so let's switch back out again. Put the bunny parts away. This is still not dry in places. But I can probably start her up here. I need her face and arm. I'm going to cut her face out real quick. All right, I'm going to put that right there for right now. These are pip markers on top of the gel medium. Okay, let me take that off. Let that dry. And add a darker layer in there. Okay. Come back in with, I want to use a skinnier yellow. Okay, we'll let that dry, and that works on her hair a little bit. Let me move the camera in. Hi, Judy. Thank you. Hi, Wendy. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put her hair in the front for this piece, but in the back, like behind her dress for the other. Okay, let's let that kind of dry and leave it alone. Let's come down, and I'm going to tell you her legs, I know, are wrinkly. This is a light flesh. This did finally lay down. And that's just the first coat on her arms and her legs. And then we're going to go back to this kind of golden color. Just give her some shoes. And I'm going to take this golden color on the, actually that's a little darker than what I want. I'm going to take this lighter yellow. And I'm going to smear. Remember, her dress has like decorative trim. And I'm going to add some of that brown in here. Because it's like supposed to be a shadow. I'm going to take some of it out. Remember not to touch that. Okay, and I'm going to come in and put just like a little shadow area to indicate that she's got a chest. And I'm going to take some of this bright. There we go. Need to blend some of that back. So that gives her a dress. I'm going to brighten her shoes up a little to match her dress. Because, you know, we've got to have a matching shoes and dress. And these, again, are pit pins. Okay. This is not one of their skin tone colors, but I like to use it. It's called Cinnamon. Wait, before I get started, I got to make sure my fingers are clean. This is still sticky over here because it's like fabric. It just helps make the leg 3D. Top of the arm. On the side, come back over here again. Okay. Excuse me if I get my head in the way. Got her hands too small. But I'm just going to let it kind of disappear. I can give her a purse later if I need to. Is CB being bad, Dot? And she's got some kind of like gold bangle jewelry on. So it'll help with that wrist. That's weird. Okay. I'm happy with her body. Now it's her face. So the first thing I need to do is get in this base coat. Kind of let that dry. And let me find a skinny little pin. There's a yellow. Okay, I'm going to give her a little clutch purse. Maybe on a chain. I'm not sure. That might go on there. It's not the same color because it's not glued yet, and it needs some of the yellow if we use it. Well, there is something to be said for that. There's a 1. And that's what we need, a 1. I have a 3 and a 1. Yeah, that works. Okay. Now the face is just a suggestion of a face. It's so small of an area. I don't like that eyesore. Take it out. We'll go at it again. Okay. I'm using the flesh to pick up some of the black that I don't want. Okay, and then I'm going to give a suggestion of a nose. A neck. No, we'll come back in here. I think that hair needs to be a little lower. Okay, come in with a little pink for her lips. I'll clean it up with the other. Okay. All right, that's as good as the face is going to get today. Need eyebrows. Almost forgot eyebrows. I need to clean this up real quick. Just a second. There's too much yellow in here. I gotta. That's the problem. Let me get a different marker. I think that's part of the problem. Sorry, I'm not on camera. I know. Can I get some flesh tone in there? Okay, now let's try with maybe a different marker. All right, that's gonna have to be it. I think. She needs a little blue or green where her eye is. Which actually that's part of the problem. This eye's all right. This eye needs to be. There we go. I may have just killed another marker. Like I said, it just have to be what it has to be. It at a distance, it's fine. Okay, let's put those away. This will dry. This is not all dry. Let me back the camera out. You can see the whole thing. And I may find a quote for it later. I may not. I think I am going to put I'm going to do a little trick. I'm going to put like a little white paint there. All right, let's glue that down. Let's give her a purse. And when this is all dry, I'm going to go over her face with a layer and her dress. I'm going to make her thumb go over the purse later. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and go over her face right now. And her hair. That way it can't move. Oh, near a bridge, yeah. So that'll be that one. All right. Let's figure out how we want to add some color to our bunny. Let's start with that yellow that we had. As a base. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to keep that bridge the brightest. Then I'm thinking a green color. Bye, Jude. See you later. Bye, Deb. Hi, Lena. Gonna go with a turquoise on this part. All right. Okay, and then let's go in a little bit of this turquoise in here. It's a little harder to blend than the watercolors to bleed. Flippy. Okay. Let's get the eyes in there. Make Miss Dot happy. Okay. Just the edge of this. Okay, let's do the edge of the band. Okay, she got her headband on. She needs the black for her eye. A karate bunny. Okay, let's get rid of. All right, we're about ready for the eyes. I'll put these markers back. There's a 5. I know this 3 works. Posca white paint pen. Get it started here. It's like it's clogged. Okay. work on that later. May have killed that paint pen. Okay. Some whiskers going there. Whatever it is, it will not flow. I can pump white out. It doesn't like this waxy surface. Okay, let's attempt to do this. Okay, that's a good start. Okay. Right now I'm going to check the smaller pen, the 3. Okay, got our eyelashes on. Let's pull some smaller whiskers out. I'm determined I want to get. Huh. You may. We have to name her. I don't understand this, why this won't. I sure would give money to somebody who could make one of these work and stay. Like you could get the whole, I can't get all of it out of any pen. I've done something to the nib. I can get paint out, but I can't go to follow the nib. I can't tell you how many of these pens I have that are dead that I can't get to go because they have gel medium on the tip. Okay, we need to name this little darling. Okay, flower. Flower child. We could be a boy. I like Woodstock. I like Woodstock a lot. Okay, so I like Woodstock. What can we make it for a last name? That's easy. I like Woodstock as the first name. Like you went to Woodstock and you had a kid. That was a bunny. Let's just put Woodstock Hendricks for the win. I'm tempted to give him a piercing. All right, let's see how he'll be in a mat. He doesn't have to go in a mat, but all the other bunnies are in a mat. So he looks good in a matte. I said I'm tempted to give him an ear piercing. I spelled it right. I spelled it with an X. I spelled it with button. An ear piercing up here, right? Maybe. Now I have like gemstones. Like we could just give them a piercing like that. I have like a little stud. It's like a little earring with the back cut off. What do we think of that? You can relate to piercings? Look at this pin collection. Okay, look at this. I think most of these are dead, but I hold on to them hoping that I'll try them. And they'll work. It's like 2 or 3 sets. They come in a set of 5. They're more than one size, but what's super sad is my little white fine tip quit working. That's makes a person want to cry. Yeah, that's a lot of dead pins. Well, actually, yeah. I keep thinking I'm going to try it one day and I'll get it going and they'll work. That I'll like magically peel. I wonder if I took rubbing alcohol and like cleaned them with the tip, if I could get, it's like they're coated. Because when you write on this, you scratch kind of and you pick up. All right, I just need to put this big old wad of glue in there. Trying to kind of embed it. In that gel medium there. Yeah, they're dead. I mean, they have ink in them. The tips just won't roll. And I know it's because it's got gel medium on the tips. So I ought to try it. You know, I was going to use this today, but it just never makes it. Okay. I think he turned out wonderful. And I didn't have a whole lot of hope when I was putting them together. I really like the background. It's those spray oxides that Kathy had. Woody. It's Woodstock Hendrix. And then the other one, I like the patterns that we melded in the pieces. And she's better close up than she is like on camera. So, yeah, I really like the colors on this one. And I need to give her a little thumb here. Well, she sort of has a thumb now, holding the purse. But I could also give her a chain later. Yeah, I like that. This and how it came out with the prints. I might put a quote right here later. Because usually when I do these pieces, I have something that's like empowering about women. Yeah. To me, it looks like she's somewhere in this, maybe is looking out a window. It reminds me of a kind of a big city. Now, the other thing I thought about doing was I thought about putting jewels on her dress, but I don't want to. I like it just kind of like it is. So I really just want to use this napkin. Well, that is it for me. Yeah, that's part of why they call me the bunny lady at one of the art shows. Bob and I have a thought, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not. I'm thinking about doing a bigger bunny. I know I'm doing some littler bunnies. But I kind of thought about maybe trying to get a gallery show of all bunnies, but they would have to be bigger than this. But like make them 11 by 14 and like 16 by 20 in the frame for like a gallery show. But I don't know. It's something I've been kicking around with, like in each one have a unique theme. Yeah, canvas size, but not on a canvas. I'd have to sell it to a gallery, the idea, before I would do it. Chat jail duty. All right, ladies. I will see you at Shauna's later if she streams again. You talk too much. No, you don't. Bye, everyone. Gina, it was good to see you. I'll go back and double check. Bye, Vicky. I don't. I know I probably missed something in chat. Just. But you know, the Zappa idea is not a bad idea for the big one. Like all musicians or celebrities. Karate Kid funny. All right, guys. I'll see you later.